Will,
Hey,
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
last time on Ebon Ward, Rosa and Maze, I don't know why I put Rosa first, Maze and Rosa went to the academy to just be little punks and fuck around the transmutation device and bumped into Pure and Marigold. While there, they discovered that Pure has the ability to summon the intrusive minds. She told everyone not to freak out. Everyone was polite and did not. While you were there, you also encountered Amaranth speaking with Enrique Caldeso, who is the teacher for the transmutation department, clearly discussing getting things ready for the possible Keeper assault. After that, we zipped on over to check on Dia, who was kind of going through it. A lot of things going on in her mind. And as she excused herself, waiting for Nash to come back with pumpkins for them to break for funsies, she thought back to her early days, back when she was just a nobody named Jane, and how one day her life changed forever when she met a very old wizard by the name of Coriander. Coriander was a little begrudging to the idea of having a student, but eventually he accepted, so long as snacks were brought aboard. Later on, actually, immediately after that, you guys threw pumpkins off of the roof and nearly killed Maze and Rosa, but you were all caught in the act. While all those shenanigans were happening, Redpath and Garen went to the House of Hoagies, or the Hoagies of House Hersif, where Garen was sad for a long time, but he got a big sandwich and was feeling a little better after that. And Redpath, of course, being very supportive and doing, reminding him that he's not alone in these. This is a pretty tough day regarding the fact that they still don't know when Andrin's coming back home. You guys went back to the Siren Song Hotel, where kind of discussing what to do next and what to do about Andrin, and you all agreed to make your way over to the Paradise Theater. Chatted with Matthias for a little bit and then realized we haven't seen the cat in a while. Where the hell's Astrophel Blackthorn? Nash was able to hear a bit of commotion, and Redpath actually spotted some commotion from the top of the Paradise Theater, and found that Astrophel Blackthorn was being attacked by the Good Doctor. It didn't take long for you to realize that this was indeed Marjorie Redwood, the good doctor, not to be confused with Maria, who's the bad good doctor. They're twins, and I made a big mistake giving them all M names. And yeah, you guys then split up to deal with the family, more daughter-father problems, and that is where we left off. Let me get some. Actually, no. We're going for like thunder. It's another big day.
Women be like storms.
Storms. Put that one on.
Storms.
It sounds almost like a motorcycle.
So, who did we want to check up on first? Basically, the way this has been divided up is Redpath, Nash, and Garen are taking Astrophel Black back to the hotel. Dia, Maze, Rosa have taken Marjorie to the tiny bucket.
I'm sorry, this isn't remotely the first time you've used this BGM, and I don't know why it's suddenly... Okay, I had to ask, like, wait, is this been Oblivion the whole time?
Yeah, man, it's been Oblivion the whole time,
baby.
It's all Oblivion, always has been.
So the way I figure we should shake it out is I think we should start by talking to Marjorie, because that'll probably be serious, and then we'll be able to wrangle a cat, which will be comedy, and then we can reunite, which will be serious.
Sure.
Yeah, a good point though. Chat points out it is very late.
It is.
It is very late, and it's still storming really bad out.
Yo, goddamn, Tiny Bucket open for late dinner?
I mean, Tiny Bucket's a popular place to be.
Look at this crew over here.
There's a bunch of crews happening.
Yeah. You all come in, and the woman at the bar gestures, oh, just please seat yourself. I'll be with you in just a moment. And Marjorie looks around. Do you have a preference?
No, anywhere's fine.
Maybe, I think she points. I think that is our best shot at being far as possible from other people.
Marjorie nods and just starts walking that way. She still has her collar kind of popped up.
Well, she actually has a reason now since it's raining.
Yeah.
For once, she's not just trying to look cool.
And she does actually have like a big red umbrella. She takes
do you
a
guys
seat.
want to sit together or across from each other?
Oh, I don't know. What do people dating do?
Yeah, I don't know. What do people who are dating do?
What? I mean, I like to sit next to Fez because then our legs are in range of each other under the table.
Marjorie looks over like, am I just gonna sit alone? Like, was I duped?
We all just turn around and leave.
Like,
Got her.
Get pranked.
All right. Well, it'll look weird if there's three of us on one side of the table.
I agree.
And she scoots in. Marjorie just kind of leans on the table a bit.
So I know how you're doing now. How have you been doing since we saw each other until half an hour ago?
It was fine for the most part, I guess. Like I said, I was mostly with the Elysiotes for a vast majority of it. I haven't been able to...
You ever stayed with them for that long before?
She leans back in her chair and thinks. Not for that long. I think I have stayed for a few weeks at a time, though. Once or twice. But... and unfortunately, I have not been able to track my sister. I was hoping to discuss with her more about the whole masquerade situation, and... oh my gosh, I just realized. That's so rude of me. Marjorie extends a hand, and you see that she does have a glove on. Marjorie Redwood. And Rosa, oh, that's very nice to meet you. Don't worry, I get forgotten often. It's fine. She just shakes.
Oh my god.
We get it. You're sad.
Yeah, funny thing about you not being able to find your sister. We actually did.
Marjorie kind of perks up. Really?
Yeah. She swung by Sweetstone for a moment. It was spooky.
Oh.
Yeah, we kind of lucked out that she showed up right after it became completely irretrievable to fix any of her plans there, because otherwise she might have just actually killed us and put everything back on course.
I see. She just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose. I'm sorry. I don't know why she's gotten so, I guess, violent about all of this.
Sorry. Nervous laugh. Just a thing that I do sometimes now.
And an increased heart rate. What's happening?
It seems that Dia has the instinct to
Why
hold
don't you
out
get
on
some...
you.
Why don't we get some drinks first?
Yeah, it isn't too long until this woman comes out. Okay, what can I get everyone to drink to start with? And obviously, if you're ready to order, I'm happy to grab that too.
Honestly, I think some wine will make the evening go smoother.
Always does.
I'm gonna go. That's usually what I go. I think we need the big guns here. Get me something tall and pink and very,
handsome.
very high alcohol content and an umbrella.
Okay, that's easy enough.
And one for her too.
To Marjorie?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just orders. Trust
Oh,
me.
she's a baby. She's never drank before.
But I don't want a pink disaster.
Yeah.
L. Kirby's piss.
And Rosa puts up a hand. And, like, onion rings.
That's
Just, yeah.
that sounds fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, Leviar and fries.
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say Leviar and
Leviar and fries for the table? For the table?
Yeah.
And she wanders off, and
You got to try the Leviar and onion soup. Have we made that joke before? I can't
No,
remember.
It's the Leviar and toast, and we still haven't.
Oh
had
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
we still
Leviar.
haven't had Leviar and toast. There's still time.
There's still time. Yeah. There were some developments, as I'm sure you would guess, given that your father is walking around. We learned some interesting things that, honestly, you should probably be briefed on before we touch base with the rest of our collective. I don't.
Sure.
It's a lot, you know.
Yeah, I imagine so, considering my father is just happily walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Happily might be overselling it. Interestedly, yes.
Yeah, and it's not too surprising that he's interested in walking out and about, considering that he spent the last a while as a house.
Kinda
Yeah.
Cocks an eyebrow. As a house.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? That's...
Well, turns out Des had made this quirky thing to try and, I think, trap souls, but, and impaling your father, it sort of bound his soul to your estate, so became a house.
Oh. So... he's only been able to move around for what?
In our perceived time, I guess about 4 days. But Wandering Woods happened, so 2 weeks to the outside world. But yeah, no, this is a very recent development. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of consolation, but you know, for the several centuries that you and your sister spent in boxes, I think his time was probably spent worse.
I see. Oh, well, I don't want this to be a competition. But was... this might be a dumb question. Was he hurting?
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, there's not much reason to go into grisly detail, like figuratively, or in this case, actually literally. But yes, it's been a rough several hundred years for him. And we did... Yikes. There's more, but I kind of feel like we want to have the drinks handy first.
And it's kind of at that moment that she comes back and she sets down all the drinks, and the apps are already ready to go. There's a reason why the tiny bucket is so well loved.
No,
It is speedy and efficient.
beautiful.
And she leaves the bottle at the table, and she just like mouths to you, Maze, "Don't worry about it, free of charge. It looks like you're having a rough night," and just walks away.
Girl, that was an $80 bottle of champagne.
And we'll make great use of it.
And we're the fucking 11th hour.
We're the
We have
11th
clout
hour.
in this city.
You also get the feeling that, considering this is a Ledoux building, that may have played a part in also getting some cheaper food and drinks.
We've got connections.
Free board for my roadies.
Yeah, Maze pops the bottle and pours himself a glass. You want one too, Rosa?
Oh, absolutely. Just holds out a wine glass.
Fantastic.
Insane how involved Rosa gets to be now.
Look, she was told so much nothing.
Hey, man, you know, things are working out pretty good.
Yeah, working out now. Right, so... I'm not sure what the best way to broach this topic is. What do you think, Dia? Finesse or just go for it?
There's only so much room to finesse. Let me ask you something. So we've learned some things about your sister, and we've learned some things about your mother as well. And your father knows everything we do. What do you want to hear, and do you want to hear it from us or from... I can't imagine you'd prefer to hear it from him, but I'll put it on the table because it's family matters after all.
She's kind of focused on this very fruity drink that's been placed in front of her. I'd like to hear your side, and then, if he's willing, I would like to hear his side. That way I can confirm who's telling the truth.
Okay.
She grabs the drink. Give her a fort save.
Can't she just delete the alcohol from her bloodstream anyway?
She probably can, but it's still a taste.
I suppose.
She takes a sip. Okay. Oh wow, it's not just juice.
Ooh, they spiced this well.
Yep. Oh wow. Oh wow.
You gotta pace yourself. These are tall.
I understand. This is one of the first times I've had alcohol. You see that half the glass is gone because she just thought it was kind of like juice.
No!
Oh, yeah, that's hard liquor, girl. Hang on. Dia reaches over, unpops the collar of her coat so that she can, like, pat her on the upper back and kind of give her a little, like, burp and a baby rub there. Yeah. Take it slow.
This is demeaning. I'm...
You can't... Oh, but you can't complain about that right after you said this is the first time you... Oh, that's so adorable.
For a moment, like, if she, like, spills wine on herself, nah! No, she doesn't. She clears her throat. So, I guess, wherever,
I think it... you can double check me on this, Maze, but my gut says we should discuss Meredith first, because that's more of a settling something from the past, and then, you know, your sister is here in the present and requiring some action to address.
That seems sensible, yeah.
She kind of cocks an eyebrow. What is there to discuss about my mother? I guess...
Well, you've lived a long time... Well, you lived a long time assuming that she had been, I suppose, executed or imprisoned forever by the Ebon Ward, or, you know, someone along those lines. And
yeah, and you had informed me that she was released, though.
Yes.
We don't know where.
Yeah, we didn't know either. None of our records had any indication of where she chose to go after that. And I understand why it was upsetting for you to learn that, given that, well, she never came and found you. And we did learn the reason why. She went home first. And... God, now that I think about it, I don't know how she managed to get through the Wandering Woods all on her own, but she managed it.
I mean, she had just as much access, courtesy of my father. I'm sorry, she made it all the way back home?
Yeah.
She did, yeah.
I'm afraid... Well, she made it back while your father was in the state that we mentioned. The house was in quite a way, infused with his spirit and such, and probably already quite dangerous at that time. But she went in anyway, and managed to find him, his actual body still pinned there where Des left it. I'm afraid she wasn't able to quite to reach him and help him at that time. She had an entirely mundane accident, and she died there.
When you say a mundane accident,
She dropped her bottle of air.
give me a sense motive.
Sure thing, sure thing.
Little do they know, I sabotaged her bottle to fall out of her pocket.
and I will also say, understandable this detail gets a little washy just because we didn't get to fully see it using like orb of cutscenes and whatnot. Meredith made it back to the estate when Blackthorn was actually present, and Des attacked shortly after her arrival.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense when I think of one of those things, but since we didn't see it other than flesh people, I had thought perhaps that she only showed up after that. Okay.
No, that's what makes all of this way fucking worse. Yeah, so Maze, you look at Marjorie, and you can see she is doing her best to hold it together, but she feels like, oh, it was my fault. Great. All because I couldn't fix her.
Yeah, Maze sees that and gets the read. I don't think she would say it was your fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you do.
Looks away. Rosa takes another sip of her wine. I should have gone with the others, maybe. Marjorie, you see her kind of sniff a little bit. Okay, well, and I presume then, because she died there, she at least got to see Dad then, yes?
She did.
Something.
And she's since been laid to rest. It was a pretty immediate order of business.
Good.
Anyway, it's just by way of saying, she didn't forget about you or abandon you or just go off and start a new life. I think if not for a very cruel trick of fate, probably I have to imagine she wouldn't have taken very long to talk some sense into your father for them to come and pick you up.
But they were stopped.
Yeah. Yep. I'm afraid Des saw to that.
Great. Well, all the more reason I look forward to erasing the Veritas Legion from history.
Well, you might just get your chance.
Looks over. You see her take another very small sip of the drink.
That's smart. That's wise.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. Oh, boy. Rob's eyes. So, I'm sure you and your sister both know a lot about the hangman spores, given how integral they've been to your creation of revenants and such, yes?
Yes.
Did you ever get a chance to interact with one Bella Withers after she came into the picture in Sweetstone?
After, well, I admit, not my best moment. I played a part in her death. Um,
I got the impression from her wound that you were likely the one who killed her.
yes.
No small
Uh,
task, that.
well, um, she was just mortal before.
Hmm.
She came after us, or more specifically Smokey, and on a reaction, I just pressed my hand into her chest and made it all blow out the back.
Yeah, that checks out with the appearance of the body.
Rosa, Jesus Christ.
You guys are freaks.
Like, you get up to some
So-
shit.
And did you get to speak with her at all after she was resurrected?
Marjorie shakes her head. No, I needed to leave to go and start taking care of things in different parts of the country. And I left that to Maria. I told her I was opposed to the idea, but she said that it would be more beneficial to have another assistant.
So, we observed something a little curious about her behavior. Um, she seemed to have some curious shots of imparted memory, even little flashes of personality when triggered in the exact right way, that I can only assume were imparted to her by the spores that you used when you recreated her as a revenant.
She kind of tilts her head. Are you implying that memories have leaked into her?
It seems that way, yes. That when she recalled, I believe we asked her to discuss her final moments to try and piece together what had happened. And she, when contemplating the moment of her death and what she was watching right before that, she mentioned eavesdropping or spying on a meeting of yours, probably between you and your sister and Smokey. And when she thought about you, or your sister, or both, she almost adopted your mannerisms for a split second. We weren't sure if it was because of some quirk of physiomancy, given that it seemed apparent that you had killed her, or what. But I think we can safely conclude that no, it has to do with the spores.
Marjorie kind of cups her chin and thinks, but that's so odd. I had talked to Maria about this, and she was adamant that such a possibility was incredibly unlikely.
It's actually not impossible. Given everything we know, it's not impossible that she is genuinely ignorant of this aspect herself. Although that would be deeply ironic.
Are you suspecting that she lied to me then?
Possibly, yes. Because she certainly wouldn't have wanted you to contemplate other possibilities that could lead to a very awkward conversation between the two of you. Okay. So, taps her hands together. So, hang on.
I think
Ugh.
I might be able to get us a segue into the point here.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah,
I'm gonna sip some pink.
I'll give it a quick shot here. I forget how much of the matter of your sister we've discussed before. So refresh my memory on the matter, or if this is the first time, then like hooray. You've interacted with her pretty substantially since the two of you woke up.
Marjorie nods.
Does she seem about as you remember her?
Marjorie's not a stupid person, and she's picking up based on context clues pretty quick that you see her kind of go pale. Well, I mean, she's always been quicker to anger than myself. Despite my actions this evening.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding circumstances, we get it.
I appreciate the understanding. But when it comes to my sister and our relationship, it has always been a bit strange, so that didn't seem too unusual, though. There were many times when talking to Maria, it felt something was a little off, but I had just assumed that was because she was burdened with purpose, and she was focused on that, and she just kind of like fiddles around with her gloves a bit. Wasn't going to waste too much time with me.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she's kind of a bitch now, right?
She
like,
can be.
I know she's killed a lot of people and done a lot of very deeply cruel and twisted things. And to be honest, it seemed from our conversation at the estate that the only reason this hasn't come to a head between the two of you yet is because she deliberately concealed a lot of those activities from you.
Well, I guess the next question then is, if her personality is being impacted by an outside source, what is that influence then?
That's the mystery we inadvertently solved, along with information that we got from your father. How would you feel if I told you? Oh, God, there's no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. All right.
Back to
when
your
father and you two fought, it was in Des and Parthena's lab. Yes.
Correct.
And he eventually managed to subdue both of you with a very, very heavy dose of spores to work you into those prisons. Well, the ones he used on you seemingly hadn't had any extraneous influence on them. But he was just grabbing jars off the shelf and chucking them at you, to my understanding, to his recollection. And
yes.
It would appear that he accidentally dosed your sister very heavily with a gaseous Parthena Veritas.
She immediately stands up and slams the table. That's impossible.
Can humor the thought for a moment here. When we spoke,
everyone looks.
Yeah, just like Maze like does a sit back down gesture, like, come on, don't make a scene. Consider it for a moment here. When we spoke with your father about this possibility, it only came up after extensively talking about the sort of things that your sister had been up to. And every time we mentioned something, he had said something to the tune of, no, that's against everything she stands for. That's something that Parthena wanted.
Once again, goes kind of pale.
The entire scheme of drugging everyone in Errol with this blood harvest tainted food and then knocking them all out so that key people can be assassinated and the government overthrown, etc., etc. The whole thing, when we laid it out for him, he point blank said, that's weird. That's literally exactly what Parthena wanted to do.
I'll admit, it sounds absurd, and if it really was caused by what we suspect, just patently, divinely unlucky, but it seems...
No. Maria told me that this was the best course of action to prevent too many getting hurt. Oh, God.
You're gonna have to start recharacterizing a lot of what your sister told you, because it might not have been her words coming out of her mouth.
You must think I'm an idiot.
I mean, it's not like we knew about it before this point.
But she's my sister.
And family's complicated.
After all this time, you woke up in an unfamiliar world, and I'm sure it felt like you two each only had each other left, right? In that kind of situation, how could you possibly not trust that person? How could you ever account for a possibility like this?
I mean, it would make sense, thinking about it more. Why she was so adamant about leading the charge and turning Vasco and Kismet and Bella into revenants, and now that I'm more aware of the fact that she was making an entire legion. Oh my god, all the people we've hurt. I guess... Now what? I mean, I have to stop her, obviously. But I need to figure out where she is. I need to figure out how far along she is. I mean, there's... If she is indeed... And she, like, looks around and gets a little more hushed. If she is indeed, lack for a better term, infected with Parthena, she has far more knowledge than me of all of the facilities, of all of the tools and tricks that would be there. The whole time that we've been traveling around the country, she could have been accessing labs I had no idea about and setting up entire operations there.
Well, we don't know to what extent. It's obvious that her personality has changed, and it's obvious that she has at least some memories that aren't hers. But she may not know everything, she may not feel everything, and we have at least one piece of hard evidence. This strange reading that we couldn't make sense of for a long time. She takes out the orb and flips through the channels on her TV.
In the tiny bucket.
In the tiny bucket.
Yeah, sadly, I don't
died
think
in the tiny bucket.
Yeah, I mean, some names do crop up in the tiny bucket. But as for, like, specifically
No.
Maria, no.
Yeah. This little toy of ours, same one we used to watch some of your mother's times at the lab beneath the Elisiodi estate. For a long time, it's been implying that out of all the souls we can see, well, Parthena, actual Parthena, is very much dead for real. And so is Des, for that matter. And your sister, it seems confused by. If Maria Redwood's identity and personality and memories in life had all been completely obliterated, then I imagine she would simply be dead as far as this thing was concerned. But she's not.
Marjorie, like, very delicately reaches for the object. So, there's a chance that I can get my sister back.
I believe there is. There's a lot we still don't know about how this even happened, how it could be reversed, but I choose to believe that it can. And if nothing else, There is at least some of your sisters still in there now, and I can't think of a better person to try and appeal to that part of her.
I would understand if you were opposed to the idea, but I do hope it's acceptable that I at least try to get her first. And she puts her hand up. I know I can't waste too much time on it, because we have done enough harm. But
We
I
didn't
want to
think
try.
it was acceptable. If we weren't willing to take that kind of risk or inconvenience, then we probably wouldn't have managed to come to an understanding with you in the first place. So I'm in favor of it.
For what it's
I
worth,
can't-
we basically already promised your father we'd make an attempt at it.
She looks over. My father isn't still in the train of just killing us.
Quite the opposite.
Kind of like crosses her arms. Really?
It doesn't. I know it would feel like it didn't mean much coming from him spoken to you, but long before he encountered you, he made it very clear that how he chose to handle that situation is the greatest regret of his life. Which doesn't in any way imply that you ought to forgive him, but that is how he feels now.
She just kind of thinks and takes the rest of her drink, and again, oh God, that's still a lot. Well, I have no reason to distrust you. And she looks over to both Maze and Dia and looks at Rosa like, I'm not sure why you're here.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure who you are.
And I certainly wish our encounters weren't so heartbreaking all of the time for me.
Hey, we'd like some fun ones too, but
But I also can't deny how helpful you've been despite everything. So, whatever you need me to do to try and remedy things between my father and I will attempt.
I mean, I don't think that's really any of our business beyond don't kill each other anytime
Yeah.
soon.
we don't have any real expectation there. Like I said, family's complicated, and you can deal with that part of things however you see fit. It's not really our business.
She nods. Very well. Oh boy. She just kind of shakes her head. Well, thank you again for cutting through the bullshit with me again.
The gears in Maze's head are turning, just like, Rosa hasn't been able to engage with this. I know, I can point out how her dad attacked her too. No, stupid, don't do that.
Oh, God bless. You're using your brain.
Let's go!
Hey, yeah, I mean, if the two of you, like, Dia and I could step out if the two of you want to bond over your attempted filicide.
Cool. Well, if you don't mind, I would like to partake in more of these Leviaran fries.
They're fantastic.
These are lovely. I don't know what the seasoning is, but it's very good. And once this is all wrapped up, I think I'd be all right to see my father.
Oh, I think he'd probably welcome that if it was something you were willing to do. So, we can see him back at the hotel.
She nods. Sounds good. So once again, that every time you've encountered her and you like drop bombshells on her, you see her just shrink and just lose all of that like chin up,
Oh,
looking
the
down,
smirk.
kind of that
On her
snooty
girl
energy.
glossary, yeah.
Yeah. And she's just, you're reminded that she's actually really young in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys you enjoy your little snacks and whatnot. You occasionally hear over at the table with Doopsy, Flair Debonair, and the Laries talking about transmutation and the breeding process of animals and whatnot. And over by Octavia and Pride, they're just having a nice time talking about how business is with her in charge, and yeah. You were a couple of good hearty chuckles out of Pride, actually. Which is
Yay!
odd.
Yeah, no, I think while the scene cuts away from us, Maze will be like, "Hey, how's about we strike up some conversation with our other friends? Maybe raise your spirits a little bit after all the bombshells. Meet some interesting folks. It'll be fun."
Do you want to introduce her to different people?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right. Let me.
Ball?
Is anyone? I mean, like, it seems like the whole the existence of the Redwoods as a family was not that was the matter of history for most people, right? Like the whole deal with the Redwoods and the Blackthorns and the Tarlins was all we had to look it up in the super fucked up History of Leviara book in the secret library, right? So if we walk up to someone who's like, "Hey, Marjorie Redwood," they're not going to be like, "What? Of the crazy Redwoods who live in the spooky house?"
Yeah, no. If anything, because Redwood isn't an uncommon name. It isn't the thing of oh, there was one Redwood family. I think people that are really in tune with the academy, like Doopsy, because he also helped study with you. I'm like, oh wait a minute, is that the your real shit?
How do you do it?
Oh my god. But outside of that, you don't think you would need to worry about it. The direct association with Blackthorn, no, that's none whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think Pride is more so. Pride would be like, "Hey, isn't that the doctor from the Elysioti estate? Why are you talking to her again?"
You know what? Yeah, it is probably fair. If there were anyone worth talking to, it would probably be Pride for that reason. Just like, hey, you remember that?
Yeah, I think actually what happens is as you're talking about doing that, Pride walks over with Octavia, and Pride's like, Dr. Redwood. Oh, Mr. Lionheart. Oh, welcome to Leviara. It's wonderful to have you here. I apologize for the weather. You happen to show up in one of the very few times where not sunny. Marjorie just shakes her head. No, I actually like the rain. If I didn't know any better, I would suspect you had the same curse as Verger. Both times I've encountered you, it's been raining miserably. And Octavia turns over. Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Dr. Redwood. I'm Octavia Dulaine. I'm in charge of Smooth as Silk, and if I may be so bold, your attire is absolutely stunning. And if I may examine a little bit? Oh, sure, I guess. Dr. Redwood stands up, and Octavia comes over. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Pride's like, all right, I'm not getting involved with that.
I'm not going to talk fashion.
You know, that's something I've kind of always been wondering, and it seemed too flippant to ask last time, and it honestly probably still is, but I'm never going to get a better opportunity. When the two of you decided to do this whole twin switch-out business, did you collaborate on this outfit? Because you had to come up with something that you were both okay with,
or
right?
was this just a complete compromise?
Pride leans down. You have a sister. And Marjorie, I do. I have a twin sister, and looks back at you two, thanks for that.
And May's just gesturing go on. Whose style is this? Is it yours or hers?
It's mostly mine. Octavia looks up. Well, I think this is absolutely dynamite. I'm kind of surprised just because this coat is rather heavy. I would presume in warmer climates, it's not ideal, but again, with the rain, it's probably pretty nice. Oh my gosh, the lining, Pride, this lining. I'm sure it's lovely. So, what brings you to our fair city, Dr. Redwood? Oh, I actually had planned on meeting with my friends, the 11th hour. 11th hour, is it? Dr. Redwood looks over.
Yeah, we had to wage the most insidious and cutthroat war of all, a PR war, so we needed branding.
Well, I think based on the reactions of our first entrance, it seems like you did a marvelous job. Pride nods. I would say they have done an excellent job. They've had me running ragged, but can't deny a job well done is a job well done.
I want to say I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry. Like, I know we did a lot of good and that's great, but like, it seemed like you didn't get to sleep for about 5 consecutive days.
Here's the thing. I wasn't going to get much sleep either way, just because everything was going tits up in this city. And all of a sudden you see Octavia on her hands and knees. Oh my god, the shoes! And, but it was nice to sleep more comfortably when I did get to, knowing that it was a little safer with an extra pair of eyes running around.
I swear that 2 weeks when you guys weren't here, mwah,
Oh, delicious.
Well, those 2 weeks, I think Captain Bombardier O'Brien was attacking Leviar and had captured my mother. So, no, it wasn't great. I've been having thinking about it, the last couple of months, not great for me.
Not great.
I need a therapist.
At least I had an extra pair of eyes around here. 2 intrusive thoughts on his shoulders.
He can summon them too. It's the family bloodline.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it was tough going there for a while. I'm honestly glad that we're able to just sit around and eat onion rings for a moment.
Oh, yes, those look nice. Ow.
He took an onion ring.
Pride looks at you and with this expression basically saying, "You're not gonna pull shit with me, are you?" remember how much work I had to do because of you?
Maze raises his chin as if to say, "Remember how I am first and foremost ready to call you on your bullshit?" And we stare for a while.
And Rose is like, "Well, I mean, I'll have the last one." Just grabs it. Octavia stands up fully. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That was probably incredibly invasive. Marjorie, no, that's honestly was quite flattering. A little odd, but flattering. Oh my gosh, I hope you don't mind. I'm feeling inspired, and I gotta talk to my sister. Pride, would you mind walking you home? I would be delighted to. Let me just get my umbrella. But Dr. Redwood, I hope you are able to stay for at least some time. I assure you, this weather will clear up in the next day or 2. Here's the storm. Jesus, maybe 3.
Well, I mean, by a couple days from now, it'll be raining keepers instead.
Octavia, what is she talking about? Oh, there's a little discussion we haven't made public yet. More work. Thank you.
All right, have a good night, buddy.
Marjorie, I mean, no, seriously, there's an incredibly large, like... Old man, what are you? What? Oh, man.
Go back to looking sad at the bar.
Oh, just another night for me.
Maze grabs Dia's stupid big pink drink. You don't need any more.
What? All right.
I'll confiscate.
That's fine. Marjorie left the rest of hers.
Right. Well, do be good. Looking very specifically at the 11th hour members.
Gives a little salute.
But as always, should you need anything, just reach out. I'll come as quickly as I can. Octavia looks up. Okay, are you ready to go? I am. And you see him take Octavia's hand, and the 2 walk out.
Aw, that's cute. Yeah, once Octavia walks away, May's just like, I gotta say, she seems a lot more put together now. Like somehow being in charge of the family business has unstressed her.
Yeah, a lot of rather fraught sisterly relationships lately. But we corrected one, we can correct another.
Rose looks up. I mean, my relationship with my sister.
No,
is
yeah,
outstanding.
you're not part of that, no. Yours was just great from the outset. Amaranth's great. You're good there.
Not great with my dad, so hey, I feel you, girl. Takes another swig.
Maze moves the pink disaster away from her. Now you're fine too.
Leans back.
Very funny.
Felix, that's pretty good. We're gonna zip on over to the Siren Song Hotel.
Oh God.
Oh no, what table I at? This way too serious.
Now you have to go get pumpkin.
Time to go hit the dusty trail.
Well.
I turned off the wrong song.
I turned off the rain, not the music.
Yeah, no. Y'all been sitting here, and it's not too terribly long until this fine gentleman comes out and sets a couple of plates down on the table. One of which is Leviarin toast.
Let's go!
That Blackthorn takes and looks very pleased. As I've heard, but this is truly exquisite. Yeah, no, I'm happy to do breakfast this late, you know? I mean, a couple hours is gonna be morning anyways, am I right? Hey, boys, you have a good night. Yeah.
Looks at the clock on the wall. Yeah.
You too.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Also, you, points at Garen, you are not coming to my kitchen ever again.
What did you do?
I might have thrown nearly a dozen eggs straight into the fire.
Intentionally?
No, obviously not. What a waste.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
okay,
that's what
fine.
that smell was.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I remember somebody talking about that. No, that's fine, as long as you didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, Leviar and toast, that's new. That happened since you've been asleep, or...
I like the little berries on top. This is like very delicately cutting through it.
Those are raspberries.
I thank you for informing me of a fruit that was present in my time.
Just making sure, you know.
I apologize. You don't deserve such a tone. And he cuts a little slice and takes a bite. Well, I'm looking forward to my conversation with my daughter. It had an excellent start. She didn't kill me. So that's something.
I think Dia and Mace can smooth it a little.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good at damage control.
You just hear behind you, Nash. We should have sent Nash. He would have fixed it. Well, I am optimistic. You folks have already done a lot for my family and I. I'm willing to lie my trust with you once more. And probably many more times after this. Garen looks over. I think I understand what you're going through. Maybe not the exact same thing, but we're worried about our children and we've made grave mistakes in the process. We just need to be ready to welcome them with open arms, despite the fact they may want to throw a punch or two. And they've rightfully earned that punch or two. Blackthorn nods. Yes. Yes, they certainly have.
She Nash, what was she saying when we showed up? I mean, he was on the other end of the building, probably getting a rock off of his head. So I don't know if he heard what she was yelling about. Did you?
He nods. I caught enough. And she has every right to be livid with me. I did try to kill her and her sister.
Why is
Nash
that?
nods like that is what she was saying.
And I don't mean strictly just the brawl that followed our encounter. No. I am the one who started it. Embarrassingly. When I had... Well, when I had walked into the laboratory, and I saw both of my children covered in blood, holding one another, I could tell they were broken. And without Meredith around to help me, to calm them, the one thing that would, I realized in that moment I was done getting involved with humanity. Nothing but pain. But I knew, looking at those two, they had a fury within them. And while they did not have the same level of strength as I do, as a demigod, together, they were just short of it. And to let them loose on the world... No. I had already essentially helped create the Veritas Legion. I couldn't let two more monsters out. And so, when I reached down for them, still shivering from the cold, I attempted to use physiomancy to disrupt them. A quick, painless death. But nothing happened. They knew, they felt it. An attempt was made. And reasonably, they went on the defense. And so the fight commenced, and you know the rest.
So... Hang on, I'm just trying to get this straight in my mind. You walked in, saw the mess that they had made of Parthena, and you, and you didn't know how to console them? When you said they were broken, do you just mean that in the way you didn't know how to console them?
He looks directly at you. I knew that even if I had tried, there would be hate in them forever. And then he gestures. Are we not familiar with the activities that they have committed? I know that Parthena is playing a part in that, but Marjorie was more than willing to go along. And Maria, knowing her, I wouldn't be surprised if she would have tried something similar.
The thing that they had to hate, they had just killed it. Why would they... I'm sorry, that makes no sense to me.
Garen looks over. You were just afraid. Did Meredith take care of everything? Blackthorn turns fully. No, go on.
Ooh.
Tell me, do you love these children or not? Of course I love my children, but I can also acknowledge the harm they could bring to the world.
Wow.
sorry, all I could think was, well, time to hit the dusty trail.
Uh, I don't know what to say to you.
Do you think I'm proud of it?
No.
I've just come to the conclusion, at least in that moment, I understand why gods do not interfere with the activities of mortals. It's too much power that could sway everything on a whim.
That's not what this is about.
No, not at all.
You're a
Garen.
father before you're a god. You're a person before you're a god.
Yeah, Garen fully turns. I understand that you were clearly afraid. Did you try nothing for them? Blackthorn looks back to him. I did attempt, but I could still feel it. And in this instant, you see a fist come out and just slam Blackthorn. And he falls out of his chair and Garen stands up. They're your children! You have a responsibility, as Redpath said. You are a parent first. You fought hard to become just a man. Grabs Blackthorn by the collar. And that's how you treat them! I would burn a city for Andrin. Damn near did! Your children come back to you, and you're wallowing in that decision just because it bit you in the ass now. Have you nothing to say, God? Blackthorn is just quiet. It isn't long until... Can I get a perception check?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
Nash kinda
Clearly,
got
I
up,
had
you know what?
I had the wrong
Nash-
read on how light this scene would end up being. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, Blackthorn can't be a perfect little meow meow. He's got to have...
not.
No.
He's not. Redpath, you're the first to spot it. More or less just like kind of hiding around the corner. You see Endrin. You're not sure how long she's been there, listening, but you can see her eyes are welling up a little bit. I don't know where she is right now, but I'm ready for her. I hope. More so than you, clearly. He just throws Blackthorn against the table.
Okay. How about we all sit back down?
Don't worry, I've already given him a seat.
He gets
Nash
scared in a
just
very
still standing up looking
complicated-
between, like, am I gonna have to break up a demigod versus judge fight inside a hotel room? Or...
Dusty Trail looking pretty good.
He gives scared a very complicated look, and he kind of glances past at Andrew and nods at her like,
Oh, like telling her to come out?
like, you know, it's okay kind of look, like whatever you gotta do, girl.
Endrin, like, very slowly walks out. Wow, okay. So,
That just happened.
it almost fell out of my mouth. I'm like, I'm not gonna marvel this. I'm just not. So, wow. You doing okay? Andy. How are you? Better than him, I think. You see Blackthorn. Blackthorn has not chosen to recover his wounds. He's just kind of sitting there thinking.
Let it
No,
molt,
this
bitch.
is good for him.
Let
This
it
is good for
molt.
him.
Well, you look like a wet cat.
Yeah, it started pouring out there. I had some time to think, and I also had a talk with someone that was kind of helpful. Garen looks a little surprised. When the rain first started coming down, I didn't really have anywhere to go, and this lady in red with an umbrella walked on by and just kind of talked to me for a bit. Told me to just, I guess, challenge it head on. That this is gonna suck, but like, it's needed. I'm still mad at you.
Reasonable.
No, don't. Not even one-word answers. Just let me get all this out. He stands very tall and proper, very militaristic. It reminds you of back when he was more involved with the Keepers.
It's like he's being talked to by his drill sergeant.
Honestly, a little bit. I'm still mad at you, and I'm probably going to be mad at you for a long, long time. But I've had a good amount of time to think, and I understand why you couldn't tell me. Because if I did know, I was going to kill someone, even though I kind of want to, and you see your eyes flare up red, but I was raised better than that. That it's all right to get mad, and it's all right to maybe hate's too strong of a word, but we can't act on that alone. I also understand that you didn't choose, she just gestures to herself, this to happen. If I knew you any better, I think you would have just let me rest in peace. Garen looks like he's about to say something, but Andrew, not yet. Puts up a finger. So, because of all of that, I guess I just don't want to lose my dad. But like, you owe me a horse or something. Garen, like, there's a crack in his more serious expression, and you see Andrin's expression also gets a little more cheeky.
Oh, she's still
over his
Andrin.
mouth.
Nash in his head is thinking she should demand more. She should ask for 2 ponies.
Yes, Nash is right. 3! Garen looks over like, and he gives you an expression of like, that's not in the budget, but we'll talk. And he looks over. You can talk now.
May I?
Extends his arms out, and she immediately jumps in his arms. And Redpath, you kind of get a moment where you remember what it was like at the keep when these two were first reunited in those first couple of days before the bombshell hit Garen. They spin in place, and he just very lightly sets her back down, still holding her tightly.
I will see what I can do.
She looks up.
I mean, I don't know what horses specifically you want, and I want you to pick them, obviously. I honestly want you to be mad at me because, well, honestly, it'd be pretty unhealthy if you weren't upset in some capacity.
That's fair.
Andy, please know that not a moment has gone by. That I cherish you. You are my child. And I will do whatever it takes to make you feel like you again. To make sure you feel loved and are welcomed.
I know you will. I mean, you've always been there for me before. I mean, even with all this crazy shit. So, we'll fix it.
That is the question, though. Do you want this remedied
Now? She kind of looks at her hand. No,
No?
not yet. If the Keepers are attacking, having one immortal soldier could be pretty useful. Besides, it'd kind of suck if you went through all this trouble to bring me back and then I just died in a mortal battle. In my mortal body during a fight. That would make all of this worthless. And that's... She looks over at Redpath. That's not fair. You've put in the work.
Nash kind of winces a little bit. Like,
He's just looking down at his hands on the table.
Redpath,
Yeah.
thank you. I can tell you didn't want to do this to me. But despite it all, you always made sure I felt alive. And I really appreciate that.
Well, I guess the one good thing is that I can talk to you like I talk to anybody else now.
mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Garen, once again, just goes back and just kind of like ruffles her hair.
You need some towels. You should get a nice warm bath. And then we should have dinner.
Yeah, this is this is
Dinner
not.
at 1 a.m.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm sorry that I was.
No. Do not apologize to me. You are an adult. You are going through, as they say, the shit. You are
Oh my god.
more than welcome to... You should have some freedom, Andy.
So, how much freedom?
Like, within reason. Well... No drugs.
Dad, I'm not gonna.
No drugs. Not
my
up for
God.
debate.
That's not on the table.
With Dia, listen, you gotta
Yes,
be careful.
stay
around
away
her.
from Dia.
Points.
Do not.
Have more freedom now that no healing bad and stuff. So good. He's just thinking in his head, what if Maze didn't know? What if Maze stubbed his toe and tried to get healed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Dad,
Yes, dear.
can we dance?
Right now?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a soggy mess, but like, it's been a while. And you see Astrofel just silently walking over to the piano.
And then he starts playing it dog shit on purpose.
Just to
He
ruin
plays
the
it with
moment.
his broken arm and looks over with a pitiable expression.
I'm just a little wee wee.
Wait, someone said Dia's full name is Dia Drugs. Diadem.
Ah.
Dia drugs Jane Reed diadem.
And don't you forget it.
Don't you dare. Let's see here.
That's why I don't have business cards. It's just too long.
Just too damn long. Let's see here. I need to... What is their perform checks? Garen, I don't think Garen's charisma is even that high in the grand scheme of things.
Starts slipping on the water droplets she's leaving on the floor. They both eat shit on linoleum.
Let's see here. Oh, okay.
That'd be fun.
So
in the corner, you know, it'd help you dance better. Some little performance enhancer.
And she's holding a joint menacingly.
and then Andrin actually has perform. So, yeah. Let's see here. It should be... It's not super high, because, like, she just doesn't do this super often. Also, Paladin's got to save as many points as they fucking can.
Jesus.
Oh!
They are exactly the same!
Matching!
You see them, and they are perfectly in sync. Nash, you've seen this dance for sure at least once before, where he just very gently gives her little twirls and whatnot, and all the while, just like back at the keep, the two are like whispering to one another, and you hear them laughing back and forth and whatnot. And yeah, it's a nice moment.
Okay. He's like whispering to Leonard's. Okay, gonna watch door and stop Maze if he even think about coming.
Oh my god, you're the smartest man in this room.
Redpath will... He doesn't want to look at this because it will make him sad.
Oh no.
He looks over at that and it's like a thing of, oh, that's so nice, but also, oh fuck, I'm not gonna be able to do that with my sister for a while because her legs are fucked up still.
If you get Blackthorn there,
I
you can...
know. He still feels the hashtag shame though. He will make his way over to Blackthorn.
As you approach, Blackthorn, without even looking, just says, "Do you have a request?" Just continues playing.
My request is that you just listen for a moment.
Says nothing, continues playing.
Good man. It occurred to me, while he was berating you, and while she was talking, that's not how things were 400 years ago, was it? It was not acceptable for a father to talk so openly with his child or express his needs and wants. Like, I acknowledge absolutely you fucked up, of course, and you're gonna live with that shame for the rest of your infinite life. But it didn't occur to me until just then. That was not something that happened back then, I don't think. Or am I giving you too much credit?
Plays a part. But I take credit where credit is due. Even if it is vile.
Did you have a father figure?
I did. They were adoptive parents, as one might expect when you're the child of a god of death and life.
Forgive me if this is insensitive. He did not raise you to be a father, though, did he?
He had his moments. But even he could not deny the value of my abilities. Half the reason I had to escape the... God, I'm drawing a blank on their fucking name. The bats people.
The
Fucking-
Tarlins?
Thank you. Holy shit, my brain kept going, trout? They're the trout family. And I'm like, that's not right.
Oh, the trout population.
Yes, certain events heavily affected the trout population.
Even my father could not deny what the Tarlins had suggested. I mean, to be fair,
He never looks over your direction, but you can still feel a presence of him looking. Even I could not deny. I could make a good amount of coin to help people with any disease, any discomfort with their form, any ailments. But why get so directly involved with mortals? They'll depend on you too much. They'll only see the gifts you have and demand that you share them. They forget you're a person. Now, let me make this clear. This isn't some sad, idiotic attempt to win you over with sympathy. Merely facts.
Well, like I said, I'm not giving you a pass for what's happened. I guess is a different way to look at it is this is where the real work starts.
I agree.
You didn't have the spine to deal with it back then. You didn't have the tools. But now you have a second chance. And if Dia and Maze are lucky, she'll give you a second chance.
That would be most courteous of her. And you see Blackthorn look over his shoulder and see Garen and Andrin. Though, I would understand if, even when it's all said and done, they would prefer us to go our separate ways. And I will respect that. Besides, he continues playing, I've had 400 years to think. Would I make that same decision now? No. I don't think I would. And it's not even for the fact that I know better now. I think in that very moment, I did exactly what I warned my children time and time again not to do, and even scolded them for. Reacting solely on emotion. Theirs was hate. Mine was once again fear.
I don't know what else to say.
Just shakes his head. Sometimes you don't need to see much more. And regardless of what happens here, I will still hold up my end of the bargain. I will help your city. But when that is done, I leave humanity to themselves once again.
I don't think you can.
And why might that be, Mr. Redpath?
Because you're also human. You're just as much demigod as you are human. And that same humanity is what led you to have a wife and children. It's not responsible for you to blame your shortcomings on your genealogy.
He says and holds up his hand and kind of waves it around a little bit. His fancy gold nails sparkle in the light.
Ooh.
Ooh.
We're people before we're anything else.
Give me a diplomacy check. Like, the words are going to come through regardless. This is just to see how quickly he might act on them.
Cause, yeah, no, the thing is, Redpath isn't trying to communicate like, oh no, you need to help us more. That's the complete opposite of what he's saying. He's basically trying to tell Blackthorn, hey, stop acting like you're above us just because you were born from gods. You need to be a person first.
Yeah, I mean, it also doesn't help that he's almost using it as a pity me party of like, oh,
yeah,
it's
no,
so
and
hard to be a
no,
god.
that's exactly what he's saying. Is shut the fuck up. You're a person first. You said this was diplomacy?
Yes. Okay. A lot of 19s.
Yeah.
It's that, again, that uncomfortable thing where you see his hands split and continue playing, and he fully turns to look at you as he cups two other hands together as he thinks.
I think it's been a long time since I've heard something like that.
Oh yeah, who had the balls to tell you it before?
Has a little smirk.
Take one guess. I don't know. Perhaps when I lost her, or the first time I thought I had lost her. Because it was the first time I truly felt and understand, I guess, mortality. I was not strong enough for it. All the godly powers in the world don't help you with losing someone. I know, what a trivial thing to lose everything about myself over, but she was perfect.
No, she wasn't. Nobody's perfect.
He turns.
He's just got a catty smile.
Nobody's perfect. Not even the gods. She was pretty great, and you can love her as much as you want to, but she's still a person. She had her faults, she made her mistakes.
How dare. She's cute as heck. Do I gotta get the icon?
Review your wife, 7 out of 10. Can she cook? Still 7 out of 10.
Well.
Yeah.
Would you say the same of your own family?
Oh, absolutely.
Yet you would do so much for them. This isn't me trying to be coy, I'm just curious.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stirring the pot for no reason.
Yes, I think you are, Mr. Blackthorn.
My apologies.
He has a bit of a smile.
It's
I'm
that
just being a
cat
jerk.
DNA.
It's cat versus cat right now.
The dog's on the other side of the room.
You're right.
Every time it thunders, both Garen and Ash.
Yeah.
Andrin, get inside. There's something loud happening.
Redpath hit the deck.
Asterfell continues to play, and then just very, very quietly.
Thank you for your patience for we gods who are so very inactive.
Oh, I have nothing but patience.
That is the one thing I've learned throughout all of this. He points and gestures over to the dancing duo.
As a holy man, it's probably necessary.
Oh, yeah. I have about as much patience for the gods as I do for people.
So no wonder I'm getting short answers, but also long-winded responses. Right in the middle, huh?
Nash, what are you doing? What are you doing,
Watching.
Nash? Oh, okay.
He's like turned
My
away.
icon is turned towards here. This way, so it
Nash,
looks like
don't drink out of the fountain, please.
No, he's sitting on the edge of the fountain, like, looking between them, dancing, like, that's nice, and then looks over at the door, like, but I have to protect them.
Yeah, I think
Maze, Rosa, and Marjorie could come in at any moment.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
Dia,
say-
though. She got lost.
She got lost, I know that. I will find her after.
just laying in a puddle. I think after a while, Garen and Endrin, they wrap up their little dance, and they both start making their way upstairs. Endrin scurries up first, and Garen looks back over to you, Redpath. Redpath, do you mind if I head on upstairs? Not even just to spend some time with Andy, but embarrassingly, I am exhausted.
Go to bed.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. And he also heads on upstairs. What's Nash doing now?
Well, now he doesn't have to keep watch anymore. He can come back and be with society.
The dregs of society.
Long day, huh?
No kidding.
Too much has happened today. Why am I not asleep?
You could always go to bed if you so choose.
He looks around like, is anybody going to jump me with a question before I leave?
I just wait for others to get back safe.
Astrofel fully stands up and he just gestures. Considering how exhausted you are, it might be wise to lay down.
They can find their way in. Come on, Nash, let's go to bed.
Looking over at Astrophil like, is there going to be an all-out brawl? And I'm gonna have to wake up and...
Am I being voluntold to go to bed?
He realizes because he's got the spell on Nash.
Nash tired, but Nash feel obligation. Like, I have
Nash
to make
feel
sure
anxiety.
all of my friends are safe before I can go to bed.
Listen, Dia and Maze and whoever else they roped into it will probably have talked her down. I don't think they'd make a stupid decision like bringing an angry woman in here so she can flay him.
You hear the doors open!
It'd be so funny. I was like, I don't think they'd bring her in here so you can flay him alive, and Dia, by now, like, pretty lubed from the pink drink, comes in here in the middle of a random conversation with her hand over Marjorie's shoulder, and I'm like, slay, queen.
What?
I think Dia's onto something here. I'm just saying. Like, you're a strong, independent woman. You do what you want. But like, I don't know if I've said it. I think Dia's onto something.
Preach it.
It's
yes.
I shouldn't have let them get their hands on more booze. I knew to cut them off, but it just didn't work.
Yes, bravo for that. Marjorie just like walks out of Dia's arm.
Too sneaky. Looks like we know who's really been putting levels in Rogue.
What are you on about?
Hey, Rosa, I still want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Best
no,
luck.
they wanted to have
Oh.
a
Yeah, before this whole horrible
Oh,
day full of awful
no.
revelations and such. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you have fun with that. The adults are gonna go deal with something else.
Hey, Margie, you got a room? You got a room already?
No, I've only just moved.
Oh, just tell her that you're a friend of the 11th hour. Well,
What did you do? What did you let them do?
I tried to cut. Dia just had more booze. I don't know what to do about that. If she just has more booze.
White girl wasted.
How is Rosa doing on that count?
Oh, actually, I should roll a fort save for her.
Well, she's acting white girl wasted.
You know, despite being pretty drunk, she's hanging in there. Why don't you give me a fort save? How's Dia doing?
Let's see.
Dia doing.
How is
am I
Addis doing? I don't like being upside down.
Oh wow, you got a good fort save.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hanging in there. Every once in a while, it's like a whoa, the world spins, but like overall, you're okay.
I think she's playing it up a little bit so that she can be a hashtag ally for Margie in these trying times.
Marjorie fully turns around to look at you. Yes, Dia.
What? Wait, hang on. Marge turns to look at me?
Yeah,
You were going, Margie.
You were addressed her.
Margie, are you
What?
drunk?
No. What?
What are...
Am I fucking insane?
You might be insane.
Someone's insane.
No.
Fucking-
Okay, hang on. I'm starting to wonder if Discord cut off part of what I was saying, because, like, I did that a while ago and then said the thing I was gonna say.
Oh, I didn't hear what followed Margie.
Okay.
Yeah,
no.
all we heard was Margie, and then you guys were doing like fort saves. We didn't hear what you actually
Oh,
said.
okay. No, I asked, like, do you have a room yet? You should go talk to the clerk.
Oh, that.
Just tell her,
Oh, that,
yeah.
okay.
No, that was the last thing I intended to say to her. Sorry.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
We're all white girl wasted.
Me sipping my own pink drink here, I guess.
We're all drunk.
I will ask them. Thank you so very much. Just tightens the grip on her gloves a bit more. God in heaven. I don't think I'm built for drinking with other women. This is not ideal, if I might be perfectly blunt.
No, it's a lot. Dia gets pretty deep in the bottle. I really should have seen this coming. I did, actually. Right, yeah, I did everything in my power to stop this.
No. Don't beat yourself up. You tried your best. I'm just
Dia,
wily for you.
Dia, look out, it's the police.
Turn around. Look at me here.
Yeah.
Hands on the side of her face, remove sickness.
But that wouldn't remove inebriation, just like...
No, but it will hopefully make
neutralize
it so
poison.
Neutralize an awful hangover tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh.
Don't you take this from me, I'm fine.
Let me be hungover tomorrow.
Stay still. Stay still, let him put his hands on your face.
Oh, no, I only have one. I didn't prepare one for her.
Oh, in that case, put your hands on her face anyway. Maybe it'll trick her.
You do it.
Placebo effect.
Maze looks down at his hands. Alright. I cast the grandest spell as the White Wizard, not be hungover tomorrow.
Did you just fucking hit me?
No, I clapped, but...
Oh, okay. Because based on the context, all I had was a sound effect.
I thought maybe you, like, slapped it on the side of the face.
No, not cold cocking. One of my hands is metal. No, I'm not cold cocking her.
Yeah,
Here,
no.
I'll guarantee you won't be worried about a hangover tomorrow.
Breaks her fucking teeth. No, he just claps and like boops her nose. Like there, you'll be a-okay.
I'm sorry, Maze. I know we haven't been dating long. It's really probably embarrassing to be with.
Hey, I'm gonna... Come on,
Me.
Dia. Come over here.
Yeah.
No, we were talking.
I'll bring her
Hang
around.
No.
This is just the standard Red Path kidnapping. It'll be over as soon as you send the ransom.
I have money. Right. Well. Oh, hello, Nash. A sane person. How are you? Marjorie's turns.
I can't
Watch the
drink
plant,
like
watch
at
the
all, so
plant.
never like that.
Oh, you're missing nothing. I assure
You're
you.
Okay.
Don't tell me to watch the plant when you're the one moving my icon. You control whether or not I watch the plant.
How is Dia moving, Aram? How is she watching the plant?
Oh no, she tripped.
Sits down, Gmods out of the chair.
Damn you all for having control of my token.
Here, don't worry. I'll sit with her. I'll make sure she's quiet. Hi. Sits down.
My God.
Oh, so I was right to be little worried. Okay.
What were you worried about?
I don't know, like, slip on stair in rain? I don't know. I always be worried about you when you not here.
Oh, well, that's sweet, but be careful.
It's very sweet.
Be careful about that. You'll end up like Red Path if you leave that unchecked.
I know you take care of yourself. It just... A lot of things go wrong recent.
No, of course, and if something were to go wrong, we'd scream for help, so try to exist in comfort when we're not doing that.
Okay. He just nods. Oh, Andrin came back.
Oh?
DM like, oh, I heard Andrin? Oh?
Is she doing okay?
Uh,
I mean, relatively speaking.
I think she going to do okay. She not even punch any of us when she come in.
Okay, yeah, that's good news.
That's really good news.
Her and Garen hug and dance.
Oh my God, we missed that.
I was
Comes
watching
out with
for in
a-
case Maze come in. No
Comes out with
offense.
a pitcher and some empty glasses.
Rosa takes the empty glass. Oh, thank you. And goes to drink it. Oh, can I get a refill?
Here. Yeah.
Create water in the pitcher, holds the glass for Rosa so she doesn't spill it everywhere.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. I can't believe we were enemies.
Just kind of looks at her.
No, not anymore. We're buds. Maybe not buds. I don't think you like me. Thanks. Just takes
okay.
the water.
Red Path's just pathologically incapable of showing affection.
Red
It's true, thank you.
pathological.
Do you finally understand it?
I think I'm beginning to. You and I need to have a talk at some point too.
Yes, probably when you're not sloshed, though.
I'm barely sloshed, like, if you jiggle a bucket a little bit and, like, a little bit spills out, that's the amount sloshed I am right now. You think a more inebriated mind could construct such a perfect metaphor?
Yeah, and I'm fine. Do you see Rosa swaying in her seat?
Do I need to call your sister?
No, oh God, no.
Rosa, did you, like, sneak one of our pink drinks when I wasn't looking? Because you were just drinking wine, right? How many glasses did you have?
Glasses? I wasn't gonna leave the fucking bottle there.
You know that... Oh.
Glasses puts on sunglasses. Glasses?
Glasses?
In any case,
It's okay, I've been there. Yeah, no, I get it.
Dia, I feel like an important scene's gonna happen pretty soon. That's gonna change the tone a lot. What did you want to talk about?
See, she, like, however her faculties might be impeded, she's in tune with all the important stuff. Okay.
Is she gonna remember it tomorrow?
That's up for me to decide, baby.
Alright, I won't hold you back.
Cool.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, people won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel.
Good.
Yeah, all
that's
right.
good.
Let's, I mean, it's not like top secret or anything, but that guy over there points at Blackthorn, probably has literally the best hearing of any person in the world. So let's just... I don't know, man. Red Path, do you have that quiet table spell so we can just sit here for a second?
Actually, yes, I do.
Thanks, you're a peach.
I feel like because you point at Blackthorn, Marjorie's eyes drift and make eye contact with Blackthorn just standing there.
Maze sees their unbroken eye contact. Is Blackthorn still playing the piano with his severed
No,
hands?
he is stopped. He is stopped.
All right, fantastic.
He has one set of hands stretched over to play the piano, and his other set of hands does the, like, my eyes, your eyes gesture.
I'll see if I can. Okay. Hey, hold on. Mace is gonna stall the scene so the drunk girls can talk.
Okay.
Right.
So I know it's not just the two of us, but for the purposes of this conversation, it's just the two of us.
Got it.
Okay, so... Oh, man. Okay, so, like, obviously, you're not really keeping it on the DL anymore, but... Yeah, the whole... You're dating Maze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. He told me the other day, actually, and I was pretty surprised, if I might say, and I was actually even more surprised that he just straight up, like, bold as brass went and asked you out. That's very, like, that's a development.
I was certainly surprised as well. But I gotta say, it's been pretty nice so far.
That's good.
Yeah.
What have you done so far?
Well, our first date was kicking keepers out. That was a lot of fun. You know, we've also done some shenanigans over at the academy.
Shenanigans?
Yeah, that's why I had to borrow. By the way, this dress is so comfy. It's like a little loose, but it's like so comfy.
Oh my god, I only wear comfortable clothes.
Yeah. But you know, we messed around the transmuter and whatnot, and that was a good time. You know, it's been really nice to have someone that I can just talk with. Like, there's no bullshit. It's really refreshing, and I mean, it sounds dumb, but I can just not think, and I can just talk, and I'm not immediately judged. I don't.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Maze is in between our little party, our little group of 4. I think we run the gamut from like the absolute most judgmental to the absolute least, and Maze is definitely the absolute least.
Yeah. But you said a lot of pleasantries. I feel like you're winding up for a swing.
Not exactly. Okay, so here's my thing.
Okay.
I wanna be totally upfront here.
Appreciate it.
There's even though we haven't known each other for like super long in the grand scheme of things, there's like a little on again, off again thing history between Maze and me. It started when we juiced an arm together, and it was a weird, like, formative bonding experience. And it's so, like, I go through periods where I'm like just wildly attracted to him, and then like periods where I'm like, no, that was like yeah, no, like he's pretty cute, but like personality wise, I don't think it works. And then he'll just like do something out of nowhere that completely confounds my expectations, and I'm like, damn, he do be cute though. And like happened again recently. He was painting, and it was weird. He like painted a really rivetingly sexy portrait of Redpath. So there's like all kinds of there's all kinds of stuff teased up in that little ball of emotion. But like, anyway, I want you to know that is a thing, so that if you ever happen to find out, you don't think it was like a whole thing that he and I were like concealing from you or whatever. It's never really gone anywhere. It probably won't.
What do you mean probably? Like,
I mean, there's like, I don't know. Okay, like, okay. Here's the thing. From coming from the other direction,
okay.
So the reason I wanted to, okay. Maze is a really unusual guy. And I think he's only just now kind of figuring out who he is and who he wants to be. And he spent a long, long time as almost like an unperson. And he was kind of trained to be that way and to not take interests and to not show emotion or really feel it or connect with people or engage with people. And it took a long, long time to roll him even an inch past that. And it really genuinely means a lot to me every time I see him flourish in some new and unexpected way. And the fact that he asked you out, when I got over the initial shock, I'm really happy for him. And you're a very different person now than you were even just a couple months ago when we first interacted. It's absolutely insane to me that I was like scared of you for a while, and like you called me into your office and I was like, this could be it. Maybe Nash and I are about to get executed. And
To be fair, I like very easily could have.
oh yeah. No question. And if it had been the you of several months ago, to be honest, I would have been like, Maze, what are you doing? This is really awful. And you have changed so drastically yourself. It kind of floors me. But look, the important thing is, I think what Maze really could use more than anything else is to be with someone who will keep pushing him to experience more and connect with more new things and people, and someone who will stand by him anytime he's having to deal with, as you've seen, problems from his past. And I appreciate you standing by him today through everything with Andrin, especially since he was getting strangled for a little while there. I guess what I'm saying...
I walked in late for that one.
Wow. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is he deserves someone who's going to support him in all those things and help him keep becoming more than he was. And I'm optimistic that the you that's sitting here right now is that person. I don't think he would have asked you out if he didn't think that there was a very good chance of that, but he deserves it. And I don't think I am the right person to be that for him, at least right now. But I care a lot that someone is. So
I think I get it. I will certainly do my best. Again, it's been like 2 weeks. And, well, actually, it's been like 3, but 2 of those weeks you were in another, like, time.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I gotcha.
But, I mean, you've seen what my life has been. Despite the silver spoon in my mouth, I have not gotten to be me very often. Hell, I'm trying to figure out who me even is.
Yeah, that's weirdly why I think it works.
And that's what I was going to say, is that I'm going to keep looking for new things. I'm going to continue to just try shit and just see what happens. And if someone is willing to walk blindly with me to try those things, and even better, they are just as naive to it all,
Well, it makes it all a little less scary, but it also makes it far more exciting.
That's good. I just want... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sorry, you opened this up with like you sound like you're down bad for Maze, and like I need to understand, like, is this gonna be a problem, or like you looking for a spot? Like, what is?
God, no, come on. Come on. I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna get in the way of what you guys are doing, alright? I might be... There may be periods in which I am in the background, quietly, catastrophically horny. But I'm not gonna ever let it leak out in a way that'll cause problems for us.
Okay, hi. Wow, there are so many words that are coming out of your mouth that just shouldn't be in the same sentences together. Hey, so I appreciate it if you keep the horn dog on lockdown.
Yes.
Redpath motions over and like does like the watch tap motion.
Yeah. Anyway, I've said pretty much everything. Just, I think, you know, some of your old life is about to come knocking, and so I just want to see you keep showing that spine you seem to have found, you know?
Amazing deflect. I genuinely, I really appreciate all of that. I also appreciate your forwardness and candidness about topics I was not aware of, nor am I 100% certain if I needed to know.
I don't know.
Again,
it felt like context, you know?
Cool. It's just crazy because like Maze and I, we have not even like kissed yet. And
Oh wow, okay, great time for that to wear off.
No, we have not fucked.
No, I mean,
No.
The spell literally wore off before she said that.
I love the idea, like, as the spell ends, we can finally hear on the outside, and Blackbeard's like, but, like, how mad is she?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
she's like, honestly, she's justifiably pretty pissed, but the fact that she's willing to talk with you at all is a decent sign.
No, I know. No, I totally get that. And that's when you hear, no, we have not fucked. And both men turn. Oh, wow. That's...
Anyway, the other half of that sentence could be anything. You'll never know, and you won't get to ask any follow-up questions.
No, none of you. Hey, like I said, I think a really big scene is going to happen. I should not be
Yeah.
here.
Why don't you sleep it off?
Oh, I should go home. That's so far.
you know what? I bet Embernice would come to pick you up.
Oh, in the rain. I can't have Embernice run in the rain.
I mean, you can, I don't know, you can get a room for a night and head back when it's not raining and you're not wobbly.
No, I'm. It's not that bad of a walk. I'll call
Okay.
Pride. I'll call Pride.
Okay. Just don't forget the ground is wet, right? If you're, I don't know if you have some spells to help you out, but if you're gonna walk home like a normal person, you know, don't slip and actually have a really tragic and random accident for no good reason.
Actually, oh, sorry.
No, I mean, it sounds like you have a thought. You can spit it out.
I totally forgot. I'm gonna message Tabitha.
Find a way to be a gentleman. This is your perfect opportunity. Walk her home.
Yeah, no, I was considering that, but I also thought that maybe I'd be needed here. But you know what?
For a
Yeah,
big scene? You're probably right. Fuck.
Here, I'll walk you home. It's all right.
Are you sure? Really?
No, it's fine.
Clever sense motive. she wants the truth out of you. Let's see here, because this is pretty intense day. I mean, If you want to give me a bluff check to see if you can beat her 17.
Yeah, sure. What's my bluff? Bad. Alright. But hey, she rolled low enough where I have any chance at all.
Hey!
Let's go!
She looks at you. You're so nice, Maze. I'm so sorry. I think it was just, like, I had some alcohol in front of me, and I finally feel really relaxed. I promise I will not do this again. I'm so sorry.
No, it's alright. If you need to get drunk to unwind, get drunk. It's not like I haven't seen it before. Come on.
Oh, that doesn't make it any better. Wait, from me? Have you seen me get drunk?
No, not you.
Oh, I don't know if you... We should go further, but I think Dia likes you. But, like, I don't know what to do with that information. We should keep... You're not moving. She's like pushing your back. You're not moving, and I really need you to keep... What? There's flowers. You gotta keep going, man.
He keeps walking. He's like, yeah, no, I'll keep going. It's all right. I don't know what to do with that information either. It's been a whole thing.
Yeah, that these two leave, and Rosa eventually, like, very heavily leans on Maze, and the two disappear out into the rain.
Aw, how nice. I've been written out of the scene.
It's not my fault.
I use that.
You lucky duck.
It's true. Yeah, I get to wipe my hands of this disaster. And, you know, Mace did actually want to walk her home, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think those two are gonna be all right.
Speaking of two people that are going to be all right, the energy changes a lot as these two look at one another. Do I have permission to speak with my daughter now, or is someone else going to block me?
Oh, no, I'm here in case she throws hands at you.
Reasonable.
I'll watch.
Blackthorn is about to move forward, and Marjorie, no, have a seat. Let's chat. He sits down, and Marjorie takes a seat, and Blackthorn sits there very quietly for a bit. So, where to begin? I suppose you could... She stops and thinks.
Redpath leans over in his chair and whispers to Blackthorn.
Tell her you're sorry, and you missed her.
Blackthorn nods. Then maybe I should be the one to begin. You may not believe me, but I am sorry. You see Marjorie, like, starting to fluff up a bit, like getting that anger, but she looks over at Dia and Redpath and Nash and calms down and sits more properly in her seat. I had made a grave mistake in judgment. I failed to act upon the teachings I sought to share with you. I did act on emotion. I was afraid of you and your sister. And Marjorie kind of tilts her head. What? How? Why? When I saw you two, I fully comprehended the level of destruction you were capable of. And instead of being a father in that moment, I acted on my fear to remove the possibility of this country being harmed any further. I mean, it's not like you were entirely wrong, considering what my sister and I have been doing. Blackthorn shakes his head. It's not entirely true. And Marjorie kind of tilts her head again. Yes, you have ill intentions for this country, but from what I have heard from the 11th hour, you specifically, at least, were not intent on burning this entire country to the ground. You merely wanted it to be a healthier place for other families. You were more of the mindset of your mother, that we should, if possible, remove the dangers to make it as safe and welcoming as possible. Where things went awry for you two, though, is when Maria led the charge. And I would assume it has already been discussed. Marjorie just nods. Even Maria would not want this entire country to burn, like Parthena does. I'm unable to make it up to you. I do not know even where to begin to remedy my error. But I'm willing to listen and learn what I can do to at least start atoning. Marjorie sits there and you see her just clenching her fists. And he looks down. Those gloves are probably getting a bit tight now, aren't they? I remember they were too big for you before. They fit fine now. I appreciated when you gave these to me, though I understand, again, it was more out of fear. But they've never been far from me. That's good. I'm glad to see they've been helpful. Astrophel, what I am hoping to gain from you is simple. You will help me get my sister back. And then, depending on how all that goes, you will leave us alone. Is there nothing I can... No. Your timeline to try and change my mind is until Maria is herself again. And I will not give you a minute more. And I think I'm being generous for that. And I will also make you this promise. Once we have Maria back, or we have to do what's necessary, you won't need to worry about me trying to stir the pot of this country again. I've learned in the time that I have been given the freedom to wander, to do as I please, though it was terrifying for quite some time. I figured out what I want to do. I want to do something similar to Mother. I just want to be a doctor. I just want to help people. Though my physiomancy is not specifically designed for it, she looks down at her hand, I can still remove tumors. I can still kill cancer. When it comes to broken limbs or things of the sort, I can do it the old-fashioned way. I'm done hurting people. And I hope you are too. Astrophel just nods. I have been reminded as of recently. Despite everything I did to maintain my mind in that home, I did lose my humanity for quite some time. I have been given a second chance. I did not anticipate. Not even just for myself. And he looks up at Marjorie. But for my children as well. It would be
foolish of me to waste an opportunity and an insult to Meredith. So please believe me when I say I will try. And I understand if, despite those efforts, it is not enough. Good. She once again looks down at her gloves and makes sure they're nice and tight. Thank you for being reasonable about this, and I apologize for attacking you on sight. You see Astrofel just smile. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked you didn't go straight for the head. Oh, I did. It's just that you're a squirrely bastard, and it was hard to get my grip on you. But all the same. Thank you. So, Mom, was there nothing you could do? I assure you, I've had 400 years to think about it. And despite how much it pains me, there was nothing I could do. But she has been laid to rest by the great tree. And you see that Marjorie softens. I'd really appreciate it if I could visit. Always, child. You are always welcome to my home. Well, I looks over at the small audience to the north. I think that's everything. Good. I think it would be wise if I left you to it for now. We might need a little bit of space to fully cool our heads. And honestly, I need to start thinking of ways to make it up to you. And as Astrofel walks out, don't get me wine. I tried wine tonight. I don't like it at all. Alcohol is awful. Sorry that I bugged you and Mom for it all the time. I understand now. I hate it.
Wow, we made a difference, guys!
Wow.
Be the change. Astrofel
Don't do
smiles.
alcohol even once.
Astrofel smiles. Duly noted. I assume you still prefer the eclairs? And Marjorie looks up. You still remember? I would not forget such details about my children. I'll see what I can find.
I had 400 years to think of nothing but eclairs.
Let's see if I can find a donut shop that's open at 1 in the morning.
I'll make it open.
Yeah,
Go in there and make it myself.
there's no such thing as closed to him. Have you seen how he enters doors?
He will
Yeah.
eclairs, dude.
Yeah. I like to think that once he's in the building, he pulls like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. It's like, dun, 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 like sneaking around the house. Marjorie takes a deep sigh, and you see her kind of wipe her eyes a bit. If you're done gawking.
It was a really sweet gawk.
Awful. I wish I hadn't used the word gawk.
Sorry, I used to having to break up fights in conversations.
I'm pleased with how that went. Thank you for pulling us both aside. I think that helped us a lot. It allowed us to get some straight facts before diving into all of that. Jesus. God.
Well, it late. Maybe Maybe bedtime.
Maybe bedtime.
Yeah, I think we're having a big day tomorrow either way, whether we're staying in town or leaving ASAP. Red Path, do we have a verdict on that?
Looking over at Red Path. I think from what she said, we stay in. No go.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
you still have time to figure out what you need to for the procedure.
That's good. That's to my preference.
Are you scared of that, by the way?
Doing it or undergoing it?
Both. For yourself, though, I meant.
I mean, yes. It's really, really unexplored territory. It's well within the realm of possibility. I might have some fundamental misunderstanding about just one thing and just bam, there goes my everything.
He softens a little bit.
Good, I'm glad you're scared. Because if you
I know
weren't,
where he's coming from, but like, good.
because if you weren't, then that means you hadn't been thinking about it.
I haven't learned nothing, Red Path.
I know.
Hey, speaking of, alright, yeah, I am gonna head up as well. Yeah. Yeah, let me bend your ear for a second as we go. Nash, are you coming too?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Well, no need to wait on me. I need to get a room, and
Yeah, they should be able to set you up pretty quick. If for some reason there's a problem, we have very big luxury. I'm sure someone can find space.
No. She
No?
puts up her hands. I would hate to impose any further on you.
And also, I don't want to be around you.
Because I know you're probably...
I am... When you are here, I am exclusively miserable.
So everyone be like, no, I don't want to share a room with you. You fuck so loudly. I just absolutely not. No. She doesn't say that. I just feel like I've been exclusively a burden to you all, and I don't want to take up more of your time, and no. But I genuinely appreciate it.
Well, for what it's worth, I think, the circumstances of our meeting and continued interaction have all been profoundly weird and awkward for reasons none of us have any power over, but if we set all that aside, just take it in a vacuum, I think you are an intelligent and interesting woman, and I would enjoy spending time with you in absence of anything else.
Marjorie is kind of taken aback. You get the feeling she hasn't had, like, true human interaction, especially with people around her, quotation marks, age, like, ever. Because it's always...
when, even before Maria got Partheno'd, she was always cold to her sister a bit.
Yeah, not a great relationship with her sisters, and just being dragged to fucking Veritas Legion. Look, it's not like there were a lot of kids hanging out with the Veritas Legion.
And, like, you get the feeling the biggest reason that she is so clingy to the Elysiotes is that it's the closest thing to family interaction she's had.
I mean, it is quite literally family interaction, it's just not her family.
Yeah, and, like, that's really unhealthy and problematic, to be sure.
A
but
little
like
parasocial, girly.
It is a little bit. Like, it is a bit. But luckily, she's, like, not trying to be weird about it. She's just like, this is nice. I miss this. Wah. That means a lot. I'm uncertain if I would be good company, but I certainly wouldn't turn down the offer in the future.
The little secret no one likes to say out loud is that being good company takes practice. And while there's still a lot I still don't know about your whole life situation up to this point, it didn't seem like you had a lot of opportunities to just have, friends. So, you have a lot of years ahead of you to fix that.
It's that obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
Cool. She just walks away with her hands in her pocket. Cool, great, cool. It's fine. You know what it is? Looks over her shoulder. It's fine. Good evening. Don't you mean morning? How
You
dare
point you get back in the broom closet, Will.
Dude kills you.
Yeah, you have no power here.
Sir, you have seen what my day... Unfortunately, you have seen what my day has been. I'm with the 11th hour. Give me some goddamn keys. Fair enough. Just hands over the keys. Dr. Redwood takes her big doctor's bag and umbrella, and she starts walking on by. She will scoot past you guys quickly. Yeah, I think you actually also see her get to the stairs. And it's like, oh my god, and just kicks off her heels and picks those up too, and just watches I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Oh man, I'm glad Andrin came back at all, and in one piece, and in what seems to be good spirits considering everything. That was on me all day, man.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll walk to the stairs first.
Just gives Nash a look like, what the hell?
What the hell?
He shrugs.
Oh, let's see, I need to delete a couple people. Yeah, so you guys are just heading upstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys, I'll teleport, or I'll ping you. I will say, you see an interesting pair. As you guys are coming up the stairs, you see going up to the 3rd floor, which is where Marjorie likely is going to be seated. The Duchess is walking with her.
It would be
And the two are just talking, and you just hear, well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ira Amlin. By chance, the 11th, I'm Ebon Ward. I know. It's very nice to meet you. Just keep going up the stairs. And you see it, and Duchess like, I'm sorry, are you crying? They keep going.
Shit,
Oh,
man.
thanks for doing me a solid and not executing my mother.
Honestly, that's probably going to be a discussion, even though Duchess is like, oh, I can't take any
Yeah, I
credit
wasn't
for
even
that.
here for that shit.
Wasn't my decision, but I probably would have made that one as well, so,
You also hear the loudest fucking snoring of your life as Garen's just like echoing through the hall.
Repent just puts a hand over his face.
Oh, I might need plugs.
Oh, I
They're
got some.
okay.
Do you need them?
Okay.
Yeah, here you go.
It mostly just because I hear things louder and sometimes like it, so I know if big scary happening, but looks over again at
come
the
on, buddy,
store and
you gotta take some rest.
You got...
Don't be on alert all the time like that.
Man, you know what I just realized? We've got Astrafel here. You could ask him to, delete your ears for the night.
Oh yeah, and what happens if he decides to go out early the next morning and just forgets to...
Oh, that is the kind of thing he would do. Yeah, no,
just
bad
wanders
idea.
off.
no, and then I walk around like, where are my ears?
What a
please?
wacky, but what a shenanigan, though. What a funny reason to have to chase after your friend who left early. You took my ears, you son of a bitch!
it would make for a wonderful fan fiction.
Do like funny things, but like my ears, I keep them.
Yeah.
So what did you want, dear?
I Actually, out of character, I forgot, but I'm pretty sure it's been established. Is Redpath by himself in his room?
Duchess is in his room with him.
Oh, that's
but
right. Yeah,
she
you
just
guys
went
are rooming
upstairs.
together,
So.
but she
Yeah,
just
she's
went
not there
upstairs.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got
He
like
just
5
walks
minutes.
up and holds the door open for her.
Yeah, there's a reason I had Duchess leave.
See you in the morning, Nash, if I don't see you again tonight.
Okay. Good night.
Oh, are we not invited?
He looks over at Trainer like, oh, she wants to listen to gossip still.
Unless, of course, Nasher, you are very tired, aren't you?
I am tired.
I think Nash was the first one to suggest bed, so that's what I figured.
Oh, all right, Nash. I'll do my best to... Maybe I can eat sound. I'll try things. I don't know.
Sound isn't a spell, Scream.
I just want to try things for my Nash.
What is a
All right,
sentence
Redpath.
if not an incantation?
We need to sit here, and even though we're 5 feet away from each other, we exclusively communicate by casting message. Shuts the door behind her. Oh, okay. Oh, good work today. Just everything involving Mandarin. You weren't the one getting strangled, but I'm sure it was hard for you.
God, that's weird. I don't know. It feels like the last time somebody said that to me about a thing, and it made any sense, was when I was a line cook.
Hmm.
He said it in such a casual way. It's like no big thing.
I mean, we've all had plenty of time. We knew it was coming, so really can't say it took anyone by surprise. I think there's definitely part of me that's just glad to have the bandage ripped off, you know?
Yeah, here, have a seat. Come on, don't just stand around.
Alright, don't mind if I do. So, sits down. I honestly don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I've been a bit snippy with you lately, today especially.
I mean,
He just shrugs.
I don't know if you noticed on it.
I noticed earlier.
Yeah, and I don't know if it bothers you or not. But look, you earlier, when you said you had to talk to me, I just assumed I had done something to offend you or worry. I assumed that when you say talk, I hear scold. That's just my default assumption. And I was surprised that you asked for my help re-Andrin. In fact, I was gobsmacked that the plan you were advocating for was one that would heavily rely on me. And I thought about that a little, like why that is. Look, it's sort of... I thought for a while that we were friends. And at a certain point, you made relatively clear that we're not. Or at least you don't see me that way. And if to be honest, that hurts. That really upset me. And she kind of drums her fingers on the table. Look, I want everyone to have a good time. And there's nothing I like less than feeling like I am the cause of someone else's bad time. And it suddenly made me think back and reflect on lots of little things I hadn't thought about at the time, and was like, wait, holy shit. does Redpath hate me? Have I exclusively brought Redpath nothing but misery in the entire time we've been sharing each other's company? And I'm only finding out about this now, and that, obviously that upset me, and that really pissed me off. That I was I guess I was kind of mad at myself, but yeah, I was mad at you over that too. And I just want to let you know, if it seems like I've been sniping at you, that's the reason. I guess I just thought I understood you better than I apparently did, and I felt like I got burned by it twice, both directions. And she kind of throws her hands up. I don't know if seriously, if our association has really been an ordeal for you, I guess I apologize, but I didn't realize that, and I didn't want that to be the case. And so I'm sorry. And also, are you sure about making a decision that relies on me when I have to assume you consider me utterly unreliable?
I think, I think the problem is that I'm scared of you. I'm... I... I'm scared of what you can do, and what you're willing to do to achieve that happiness, Dia. You are, one of the most casually capable people I have ever met. And the fact that you just go about your day like, I guess, yeah, every moment is your last, and you just flaunt that power around, and that's... It's scary to think that if I... It's... I don't know how to make friends with you when I don't... You're here 1 minute, and then you're gone the next. I feel like that's it. I don't want to... I don't... It's what... You had said it a moment ago, like... You think you know me, but you don't, and that is what... That is what's upset you? Was that what you had said?
I suppose. I mean, originally I was upset. It felt like a slap in the face to realize, like, that that we didn't have a friendship, because I absolutely thought that we did. And suddenly I'm thinking back on everything and thinking, like, oh no. Have I a font of misery for this person that I thought we had some kind of mutual rapport with, even though he had a weird way of showing it. And that, yeah, that's...
Well, yeah, there you go. That's what it is that I'm scared of you because I don't know you, Dia. I don't know a goddamn thing about you, aside from you at any given moment. And I don't know how I'm supposed to put my trust in that or want to form a connection with that. I don't know if it's just because of our luck, our timing, the situation and circumstances we found ourselves in. You all have been privy to the worst and best of my life in these past few months, and it's laid bare. And I can't say the same for you. I don't know a goddamn thing. If someone were to ask me to describe Dia Diadem, I would just shrug and say she's anything. And That's what makes it hard to... I don't know what I'm supposed to latch onto there, Dia. Does that...
I guess I think of myself as sure I can be anything, but I'm always still me. Does that not does that person just shrink into being invisible to you?
No. I think it would be impossible for you to be invisible. You make yourself very seen.
It takes effort. It's a deliberate choice for sure. I
Is
mean,
that
you're
it?
not. Go ahead.
You just... You don't want to be... What, you don't want to be forgotten and left by the wayside or something? Do you need to be a part of everybody's life?
If
I'm not saying that in the way of, do you feel entitled? I'm saying, like, is that something that makes you happy? Is that what is needed for you to feel whole? Is to be remembered by others?
Well, it's a sort of immortality, I suppose. You're not wrong that I suppose I do tend to make my choices as if any day could be my last, because frankly it could. And I don't even mean in the sense of we're always happening to luck into insanely dangerous situations. It's frankly preposterous that any person has as little time as we do. I don't see. I only see one path to not having regrets. And it's not an easy path to walk, but it's the only one that I know how. Does that make sense?
Maybe. So
I know there was a lot going on when we were there, that, it wasn't a normal time at home, but there were some moments in Sweetstone where I thought, maybe I imagined it, but I thought, oh wow, it looks like for a second here, Redpath might actually be enjoying a bit of happiness, and good for him. And it seemed noteworthy, because if you do feel it more often than I realize, you don't really show it in a way that I can understand. And I think it's great that you're able to find that there. But I think the I think the things that bring you happiness and the things that bring me happiness are maybe just
two
completely
fundamentally
alien.
different.
Yeah. I guess, I want to say that doesn't mean we can't still be friends. But I don't know. I wouldn't know where to begin, because I don't know what I do that makes you happy, and I don't know what I do that upsets you most of the time. It's just really frustrating for me to not understand that. Makes me second guess everything that I do and how it affects you.
I think maybe... I don't know if this is something that I've said before when we were having our conversation through the wall. Is it fair of me to ask you to not put me on such a pedestal?
How do you mean?
If...
You mean, why do I care about having your approval?
Yes, dear.
I don't
That's
know,
the easiest way that I could say it, yeah.
I think you're a pretty remarkable person yourself for the amount that you've endured and how you've managed to deal with it and all that you've set out to accomplish and by and large succeeded at accomplishing. I don't know, maybe that is not how you see yourself and so it wouldn't even occur to you, but you are a person whose respect I would prefer to have. And I think there's there's a little bit of a challenge element to it as well. To be honest, like, you know, it's it's not too hard to figure out how to have a good time with Nash and how to do something that Nash will enjoy and appreciate. It is the hardest thing in the world for me with you. And I don't know, I think there's part of me that really wants to crack that formula. Even if it just means, you know, I would understand one more thing out of this whole great cosmos, and that's what makes Laurent Redpath tick.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to me or to you. Is to hinge your happiness on another person. It's novel, I'll give you that. And now that you've said it plainly, I understand it. If I were to look at that from a different perspective, I could understand that. But I don't think that that's a healthy way or a kind way to structure your relationship with a person. Because not only does that put the expectation on you to figure me out, but then I'll also always have to be second-guessing myself and making sure I live up to that standard that you hold me to. Dia, I am still figuring out what the hell it is to be even alive in the way I am right now. And I would really like it if things were simple enough for us to just be buddies, the way that you and Nash are, or the way that you and Maze get on. That would make everything so wonderful, but you must realize even Nash and Maze can't do that for me. You're no more or less special to me than either of the two of them. It's not a contest. My approval isn't something that you should pine for. You're okay the way you are.
That's a loaded choice of words. But I understand where it's coming from. Ooh. No. All right. I want to say, okay, I understand. I think I would be getting out over my skis if I stated that with confidence. But I think I understand better now than I did 10 minutes ago. So I'll take that.
That's a step. That's something.
Okay, well, can I just... Sometimes you make... If you feel displeasure toward me, you make it abundantly clear. And I actually appreciate that. Can you do one thing for me?
I can try.
On the off chance, like I suppose with this Android situation, on the off chance it should arise that I can do something for you, that you think you might need my help, or just want my help, just ask, you know, direct with words and in terms so plain that even I can't misapprehend them. And then if I got the chance to do that thing for you, that would make me feel better too. This isn't an, owe you a favor kind of thing. Just, even if we're not gonna be friends, we can still be there for each other, you know? Kind of
Okay,
thing.
let me start now then.
Okay. Shoot.
How'd you get this crazy, huh?
Oh, man. Me and my big fucking mouth. Oh!
If you guys get to see me break down in front of my family, you get to see everything in my childhood torn away from me. You say you think you don't know me as well as you thought. I think you really do. You've seen it all. And for you to not put me on that pedestal and expect me to approve or disapprove, we need to be equals in that regard.
She rests a hand on, she rests her head against one hand and drums her fingers of the opposite hand, kind of looks off to the side. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I was thinking, like, I don't know, if you had too many groceries and needed help to carry them. But sure, we can do this. I kind of... Am I wrong in thinking that maybe I would feel a little bit of the whole pedestal putting business if this was a secret that only you were privy to?
That's fair. If it's something that you can only discuss, or if it's something you only feel comfortable even putting out there, if it's on equal grounds, then that's fine with me. I just need something to work off of. Like, for comparison's sake, the only reason I even bothered to work on what Garen and I have right now is because he was the only person I could see aspects of myself mirrored in. The fact that he had what was effectively his daughter in such a situation, that was the first time I'd ever even been able to compare myself to somebody else with what Odette was going through. We need to find some middle ground deal. That's how you start with me.
Okay. It's really late. Can I put my thoughts in order on this?
Yes. You just have to promise me
jeez.
that you're not gonna flake about it.
She extends her flesh hand across the table. Shake on it.
You know,
No
I'm
shake?
never mad at you.
You gonna leave me hanging?
Dia, I am never mad at you. I'm just scared of what you can do when you make those mistakes.
I'll keep that in mind.
He'll shake on it.
And stop stealing my goddamn wine!
No, you have way more than you need, and you know it.
Yes, but that does not mean that you can take it.
What is taking wine from a wine hoarder if not charity?
Theft, Dia!
All right. I'll ask you for your wine in future, just like I asked you to do. But what if you're not around?
Then assume my answer is no.
Ugh. Can I have a tab?
I'll think about it.
You hear the
Man,
door open.
don't do
Oh
that.
God! Oh no!
What? No, no. I was just leaving for real. It's your room. Go into your room. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, I suppose. Oh boy. Well, get some rest.
Thank you.
She
Da, da,
closes
da.
the door. So I finally met your good doctor.
She didn't even introduce herself to me. She didn't say a goddamn word to me.
I'm trying to think. Have you guys never met?
I don't think so. No.
That's why Red Pat didn't say anything.
Okay, I'll be real. She would have absolutely introduced herself to you.
It's just one of those
She can
things
do it
that's
tomorrow
easy
morning.
to forget.
She can do it tomorrow morning, and she could be like, "I'm sorry, there was so much going on, and you were just sitting there. I didn't want to impose."
Legit,
Yeah.
I misremembered the start of the Elysiode adventure. I thought she arrived before Redpath and Garen left, but of course she didn't.
No.
That would have
No.
led to some very different events.
Yeah. Okay. No, I will say she would absolutely introduce herself. And also, even if she didn't tonight, you have to figure a lot was going
Yes,
on for
no,
her.
that
and
is- yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Duchess walks in. Well, I apologize that happened, but she may want to change her name to Good Crier because wow, that was a lot
yeah,
for
they
me.
did tell me about that. They said that the time that they were talking with her, she was just bawling. It's probably a good thing that she didn't say anything to me because I look at her and reasonably, due to biology, I just see her sister's face and then I want to punch it.
Duchess nods. Reasonable. Though she seems like a decent enough individual. I assume if you meet with her in the morning, she will happily introduce herself. I'm going to be putting up some wards to remove sound because I got a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot of annoying noises tonight. So just plops in bed. You don't mind if I just crash now, do you?
No, I'm getting a bath and then going to bed.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I roomed with you. She just throws the blankets over herself.
Red Pat
This
just
is-
stops and looks at the wine, shakes his head.
This is not an attempt to begin a new scene. This is just the last line of a hard
Funny.
before a hard cut. Dia walking into the room. Fez there just walks in. Whoop boop boop boop. Fuckity shit.
Very
What
nice, Aaron.
will happen next time?
On EB,
Did we get through what you needed before a break, Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I thought maybe there was like a big plot scene that needed to happen to
Nope.
make it. Okay.
Nope.
No, because
we got it all settled.
Yeah, basically, because basically what'll happen is the next time that we play, it's the wrap up of what you guys need to do for like preparing the city or whatnot, and that can even be done like off screen. And then we will fast forward time to meeting with the keepers and whatnot. So to clarify for you guys in the stream, we're going on a small hiatus. This is not like the classic ones of like, I need 3 months at least to set this up. No,
Yeah,
it's
Will's
literally
a fucking mad lad. He got the next set of maps and everything all done.
yeah. Next adventure is ready to go.
Nice.
Yeah, next adventure is ready to go. I'm just waiting on a couple of pieces of art. And also, I just thought it'd be nice to have a couple
Just
of
have a break, you know.
just have a small break because we
Oh my god, it's summer vacay!
it's summer vacay because like legitimately we haven't had like a true hiatus in like since December because of the holidays and my back exploded. So
Oh my god, I forgot that happened. What the fuck?
yeah, happens, but I'm good. But yeah. Oh, I should get some like music. We should get something far more cheery. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, except for this ambient rain sleep sound effect. Like, you can leave the rain on.
Oh, you want?
Now
You want
that's a
rain?
throwback.
That's it!
So-
That's
It's a rainy
Rainy
Brody
Brody quest.
Rainy Brody quest.
Slips and falls, cracks out on pavement.
Alright, hey, we have a Patreon. You should consider supporting us there if you haven't already. Just a couple bucks a month will get you access to a bunch of icons that are used in our games, and it also helps support getting more icons for more games. It's a good system.
There may be some cool new version icons coming up in games soon. Keep your peepers out.
Be mindful, because we're not super far in campaigns and stuff yet. So.
Keep your peepers out. Oh, not that far out.
Blackthorn!
We've also got a Discord. Consider joining that if you haven't already. It's our
Blackthorn said in the exact cadence of Carlos.
I'm trying to chill, guys. Join our Discord. People go there and hang out, and it's nice. And there's a weekly schedule, and there's fan art. Speaking of, do we have an Imgur? We do. Hachi Machi.
Yeah, and the Imgur is courtesy of Bread Bunny. Thank you very
Lamp,
much.
I'll never understand what Hachimachi means. You say it all the time, every here and there. And
I'll be completely honest with you. I have literally no idea where that came from.
No, I don't know.
Wow.
You're the only one who says it.
Usually, if I have a thing that I say because I'm an insane person, I can track down what patient 0 is. I have no idea where Hachimachi came from.
I assume it's just like ha-cha-cha, but given the body of like Wowie Zowie.
Yeah.
Hachimachi.
Hachimachi. It's fun to say. Anyway, Ebon Ward, episode 151. Astrophel is not an inherently bad dad, he simply chose to be that way. True.
Oops.
I wasn't born a bad person, I had to work for it!
You were merely raised being a bad person. Anyway, from Zilly.
Guy who haunts the pre-stream soundtrack.
It's true.
Look at him.
It's a
I
little
lost
skeleton.
my leg bones. I'm little.
Very small. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Then from Hectica.
Tia's reasoning to not do something because it's the right thing to do. Because Redpath will be mad at me.
No.
That do be how it be sometimes.
True. I'm silly. Pranked! We don't want to speak with you. Pew, 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 pew.
You're a bummer. Pew, pew, pew.
Like, we're all bummers, too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then also from Zilly, Marjorie has the worst night of her life episode forever. Let's go.
Look at how soft she is.
That's real.
Look how she holds her hands.
I like the little cock to her head with the question mark. She's like a dog.
Yeah, I love how soft you made her. Very cute.
Very cute.
Why is Brody Quest? Wait.
This is the rest of Brody
Yeah,
Quest,
this is
bud.
Brody
Oh,
Quest.
I've never even
Have you never
gotten this
listened
far.
to Brody Quest?
I don't remember
Yeah.
this layer of it. No, sorry.
Well, then from Kuriyuki.
Wow, that's strong.
Yeah, you should pace yourself. Anyway, your mom died at home.
Well, at least she got home.
Ulster, your sister's going crazy because your dad spored her.
I think I need another one.
Very good.
God.
See, then from Bread Bunny.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Redwoods.
I think exclusively bad things have happened to the Redwoods, actually.
Redwoods have a raw fucking deal.
2 shots of vodka.
Marjorie, no.
Thank you, Yellow Michelle.
Thank you very much.
And then from Zilly. Should I tell my girlfriend also got attacked by her dad?
I love that Zeely also has been watching Ebon Ward and just got to the episode where you guys turned into dinosaurs temporarily.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, there it is. Thank you so much. Then from Archsteel.
Octavia, Marjorie. Wow, I love your aesthetic. What do you want from me? What do you want? Kat did a great job with her design.
Oh, holy
NPCs
shit.
are allowed to interact.
Thank you, Archsteel.
This is good.
From Psycho Case.
The lipstick makes it, I think.
Poor Miss can't handle her pinky drinky.
I mean, you're labeled as a cobbler. I don't know. This seems like a bit more
This is
high
art.
effort than
Yeah, that's
cobbler.
It's fucking art.
That's art, baby. You had to draw this shit. That's art.
That's all right. Very funny. Then from Z.
That's Doopsie!
I didn't know. I thought he was gonna be like a goofily named elf or something. I didn't know.
You have maximum watch time until you get to see more Doopsie. I'm sorry.
Oh my
You have
God.
literally,
Oh God.
you have
He's
literally
everything.
like 90 episodes before you meet Doopsie, or maybe 80. Maybe it's like 80.
That's like a lot.
It's like many.
Thank you, Zilly.
Thank you so much.
Kuriyuki, be bold.
Be
Every
bold.
day of my life.
It was
Just
it was
just
really
do it.
bold of him when he dumped those eggs directly into the fireplace.
not on purpose. Cannot stress this enough.
Yeah, but it was bold, right?
It was. I mean, you know, accidents happen.
Thank you, Kuriyuki. Then from Zilly.
Nash, go hit Dusty Trail now.
Gonna
Musty
hit the
Macaw.
Musty Trail.
God damn. That's the first Musty Macaw fan art we've had in
Playing on his Nintendo DS.
my
On
man.
his phone, bro.
Let's see, and then from Zilly, dog vs. cat.
Squeaky toy noise, absolutely.
I own the Nintendo DS. DS stands for Dual Shotgun.
Double barrel shotgun.
I see. Thank you, Zilly. And also from Zilly, Timeout Corner. I love when the
What-
PNGs are arranged in a funny way. Yeah, it's what it's all about, baby.
That's what it's all about. That's half the power of this.
Thank you so much. Then also from Zilly. Dude, the Tarlin Trout are my favorite Wandering Woods anime.
God, my brain just deleted the word from my mind.
They're just like, they're no longer here. Goodbye.
God,
The Tarlins do not matter anymore.
they don't really.
Thank you, Zilly. Then from Psycho Gaze.
I was saying molt, but mauled is even funnier, honestly.
Sit there and mauled, bitch! Really not the best time to say that.
That's a good icon. I want to use that as an icon. That's fun.
That's a good one. Thank you, Psycho Gaze.
Good face.
Then from Jacatron.
I
Boom.
mean, yeah. That is more or less how that be.
If you told me this would have happened 30 episodes ago, I'd be losing my mind, by the way. Just saying.
Garen punching a god.
Then from Zilly. Yeah, no, that's also what I imagine. Just like,
Yeah.
he definitely made it. He feels like he's looking at you. Just like, well, he probably is then.
Blackthorn is just body horror incarnate.
Really is. Thank you so much. And then also from Zilly.
Strong must protect sweet.
I love this because I know the exact Simpsons bit that this references.
You looked away from your pile of sugar for about a moment, so I nipped some. And I'll do it again, too.
I will do it again.
Thank you, Zilly.
In America, first you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the women.
And also from Zilly.
Oh.
And
with separation anxiety, I have the reasonable fear that my friends will be ambushed by vampires at every moment when I cannot see them.
I mean, that's possible, but there's no
keepers.
vampires right now.
Yeah, Maze
Anything
especially.
could happen, Maze.
After what happened in
Anything.
Sweetstone, yeah, you really can't take your eyes off Maze for a half a second.
Then from
Maze was right next to me and got Mage's crit. Even when I see them, it can be still happen.
It's fine. You have more damage about that than I do. It's fine. Then from Fink.
This is a diversity loss.
No.
Oh, and then
Aw.
there's another one. The cats. Very cute.
So cute.
Very nice.
Lovely little kitty cats. Wow.
Then from Zilly. Lemon Watney. Dish fair me.
The wife
I'd just
of
like to say-
eligible bachelor of fucking apparently.
I'd just like to say that Alucard showed up as soon as the cat drawings came on screen.
Oh,
Very
Oh.
beautiful.
Drawn.
Thank you, Zilly. Then also from Zilly.
Aram.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could an inebriated mind come up with such a perfect metaphor?
Yeah, and I'm like, fine.
So funny. So funny that
Unforgettable.
so funny that everybody gets to go to bed, but Mace has to drag his drunk girlfriend to a boat, and then probably stay on the boat because she's still drunk.
All right, let's load our figurative drunk girlfriend into the Uber.
Thank you, Zilly. Then also from Zilly, Rosa gets trolled.
Oh.
Very funny. And then from Sprite.
You're in grip once again.
I can't not fuck him.
Thank you, Sprite. And from Zilly.
Their awful smiles. Oh, did I do that?
You sure did. And also from Zilly.
Don't you mean good morning? How dare you? I like the censor bar over the eyes.
Oh,
Generic.
I hate this next one a lot.
Gift, I might hate you.
Hey, Aram, I know you just changed your icon, but
This one's a little too horrifying.
not your average Jane Hart
Yeah,
24 karat diadem.
Urethra!
Jeez, I've never seen this in my life.
I don't know what the base
Isn't it like Bazinga, but even more corrupted?
No, I've heard
it
like
doesn't say
Eureka.
that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah. Oh my god, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Skip. Then from Hectic.
Oh, is this Nash?
When the only person with the balls and capacity to fight the god of the whole city is scared of, picks a fight with him and it's up to you to break it up.
Don't wanna.
That was a lot of big words for me to say, Smash. I couldn't do it.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
balls.
And also from Hectic.
White girl wasted.
Side effects include nausea, headaches, severe dehydration, vomiting, diarrhea, indigestion, revealing your attraction to someone else's BF, unintentionally implying you would steal him if she was still evil. Details on Maze's sex life.
God.
I mean, I don't have to tell you, that seemed very funny.
That I was just not prepared for that. I was
Comedy
because
gold.
you were like, "Oh, I want to talk to Rose." I was like, "Oh, okay. I think we've discussed this before." Yo, so I want to fuck Maze. Hey, was not ready. Was not prepared.
Thank you very much. Then from Zoe.
Raptor buddies meant nothing to me, dear.
Your buddies meant nothing.
I love the little raptors.
That's so funny. And then from Goblin Pink.
Oh, come on, another one.
Oy.
Jesus.
Oh, it's the horn dog, I see.
It's the horn dog.
We got Urn, we got Igmar, we got Crocodile, we got Wolf Addis.
I
And now
love
the
this
horn
dog.
dog.
Or I should specify the werewolf. I just
Yeah.
love his little
Little
snoot.
dot eyes hovering by his face.
Very
Amazing.
nice. Well, that's all she wrote on fan art. Oh, goodness. Thank you.
Did it, gang.
Yeah, we did it. Thank you, everybody, for submitting all that. And, Will, thank you for running this.
Hey, thank you all for playing. We're gonna take a small hiatus. I don't know how long, but I'm hoping not to be super duper long.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Thank you to my fellow players for being here and being present. You made this wonderful, as always. And chat, thank you all for being here as well. Thank you for giving us money, or giving us fan art, or just being here at all. Your support, however you show it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Auf
Goodbye.
Doodles.
I